And thank you for coming by, Salty Monkey. We appreciate that. Soldier, line up and, I don't know, go after the devil. Because this is the kind of bullshit. It, I'll say it again here in a bit because there's nobody here yet. But there's been a lot of speculation about certain things, right? Something about large pizza and a game of table tennis, etc., and so on. So we're not here to try to spread any kind of conspiracy theories. However, one does have to kind of scratch the old head here and say, what the fuck is going on here with Balenciaga? Oh, Craig Furness, hi. So I was going to do one of these videos, I think, last weekend. I just never got around to it. But we're going to run through it here. This is, who is this? It's somebody. When you have it enlarged, you can't see the, okay, go.
Where's the outrage? I'm going to go off for a minute here because where is the outrage? It's been a week and a half.
I personally am cleaning my closet of Balenciaga. I think they are sick.
The more we look into this stuff, the darker and darker it gets.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Lately, high-end fashion brand Balenciaga has come under fire for an extremely controversial campaign.
I think this is Hello Cruel World. Jeez. Hamster, you should pay attention to who you're putting on this. I know. Alec is here. I was waiting for you to cover this. Easter Sunday is here. Hello. Yeah, I'm not sure we're going to get the coverage we want here with Ginger, but I think we all pretty much know the story, but we'll let Ginger here go on and tell us. And this is some sick shit. I think a lot of people have been sort of scratching their heads a little bit, wondering something weird's going on here in this country with respect to some folks. Yeah. Salty, you're such an evil man. Well, you could be a chick. I don't know. You're welcome here anyway. Undead Chronic / Cash Me app. Give him some cash. Yeah. Suck shit is British level understatement. Yeah, I know. Something's going on here. And I think a lot of people, even lefties, normies out here, have been going, what? Something's fucking going on. We heard about, again, the large pizza we won't talk about here. Please don't talk about that in the chat. It's unverified, but we all know what we're talking about there. Hello, Rada. Now, it's almost as if these folks from Balenciaga said the quiet part out loud here. It's pretty sick shit. A lot of people have talked about it. One of the Coreys, remember the Corey, is it Corey something? The two Coreys. One of them, unfortunately, deleted himself. But there's one of these Coreys. They were young kids, like Goonies and whatever. And he's been talking about some really crazy shit that he went through in Hollywood. Again, unverified, but that's his story. Ton loves her. Hello. Yeah. Oh, was it Lotus Eaters? Oh, on non-YouTube. Yeah, I saw that. Corey Feldman. Thank you, Salty. Yeah, Corey. Two Coreys were in like, what was it? Not Young Guns. What was the vampire movie? Son of a bitch. Your memory just gets crazy. God. It's a good movie, too. Yeah, two Coreys. What was that movie with the vampire? God. Anyway, let's go on. I'll try to think of the damn movie.
That left the internet disturbed.
I am calling to cancel Balenciaga.
And no, this isn't the same type of disturbed as when Balenciaga released Croc heels.
Yeah, the thing is with the, I think Blair White did one the other night where she burned her Balenciaga sweater or something. And some other people, these women on this video, are burning their shit. Who the fuck would buy this crap in the first place? Could somebody please help me understand that? You know, aside from the particular controversy we're talking about, who would pay $1,200 for a T-shirt? Who would do that? Why would you do that? It's somehow just, oh my God! I just look at it. It's like, what? You know, you want to pay a lot of money for a Porsche or a freaking Lambo or something. Yeah, you're gonna get something out of it, right? You could drive the car; it's fun. You know, go fast. That's a fucking T-shirt for $1,200. Really? Okay, all right.
A trash bag as a handbag, or a very off-putting shirt.
$1,290, people. Put your cash in the cash app.
That they sell for thousands of dollars.
Right,
This recent controversy is a whole different kind of upsetting.
Yeah, I would say it. That's kind of an understatement, but yeah, that much is true. Let me turn them up a little bit, and go ahead, girls. Tell us, after you burn your Balenciaga fucking thing, tell us why you bought it in the first place. Just kind of wondering, $14,000 purse for what? What are you doing?
Personally, am cleaning my closet of Balenciaga. I think they are sick.
There is just no PR team that is going to get them out of this.
Yeah, kind of fucked themselves over. Hello, baby. What are you doing?
To see them completely wiped out. What they did was disgusting, despicable, and every person, man, woman, parent, everyone should be outraged.
Now, before getting into this video, I want to put out a disclaimer. First off, this is going to be a very upsetting topic about children being exploited. So
it is. It's an upsetting topic, but we have to talk about it. We have to, because I mean, this is the very tip of the iceberg, I believe, on some of this stuff. Go ahead.
Viewer discretion is advised. When it comes to children, I think it's always important to try and maintain as much privacy as possible. For context around the topic and what it's about and what specifically happened, I'm going to show the photos, but of course, as always, blur the children's face and censor the photos as much as possible.
Nobody seems to care that there's little kids involved in this.
During the last week of November 2022, Balenciaga released 2 different ad campaigns that set the internet ablaze. One ad included children standing with a teddy bear that was wearing black leather and chains, basically resembling a
I'll say it. BDSM. That's exactly. I'm not into that particular thing. Well, I don't think. Maybe if I find that special someone, you know, not into that. But what are you doing here? What are these people trying to say? Now you're going to hear a bunch of excuses. Oh, we didn't know, and the photographers are weird. No, they do. Are you really sure? I do not believe that for a moment. This was intentional. It does not get through the executives without them signing off on it, if you know what I mean. Salty monkey. The one who married Rick Ocasek from the Cars is Fugly. She was really hot though back in the day. Gotta say, you know, she's all right. She's aight. And you know, Ocasek, of course, passed away. And apparently he and she had a bit of a tiff. And I believe he wrote her entirely out of his will. That's harsh. I know. Okay. Yeah. She didn't. She was in the video though. You might think I'm foolish. So she's really cute. Anyway, if you haven't seen that from the Cars, you might think. Look it up. You'll see she was pretty smoking.
Higher, and they had a child hold this teddy bear. You know, like a little bit of an odd choice, a little bit of an odd thing to do.
Indeed.
Why does the doll have that on? Like, what was the point?
I think we know what the point was, but go on.
Their ad campaign was even more bizarre and included a pile of legal documents, one of which included text of a Supreme Court decision related to child
corn. Yes.
What is the real story of this master? Some people have described.
And many people believe that Balenciaga's intentions with these two ad campaigns was to sexualize children.
No shit. Really? Boom, bingo. We have ourselves a winner. What does she get to take home, Johnny? It most certainly seems that way, doesn't it? Now, explain this to me, not just the gear here, but what's with the eyeballs being all fucked up? Why do we have a side eye here? It's a deep mind here. There's lots to talk about.
Object's campaign's use of their new plush bear bags alongside children is questionable. Controversially outfitted in harnesses and leather straps, the bags are definitely not for children.
The brand Balenciaga just did a interesting photo shoot for their new products recently, which included a very purposefully poorly hidden court document about virtual child
corn.
Normal stuff.
Not really. See, this is where whomever is doing this, I'm not pointing fingers, but somebody is doing this kind of shit intentionally. It's out in the open now. See, now you're getting attention. You can't just say it's an 8chan freaking weird place or a XYZ QRD thing. It's out in the open. It's clear for anyone to see. Something is going on. But hamster is just one example. There is it? Is it really? Go on.
And I'm just wondering, how did Balenciaga not see that that's how this ad campaign would come across?
They did, dear. This was intentional. There is absolutely zero possibility that this just happened. It was intentional. The question would be, why? Any ideas? Anyone want to postulate a hypothesis on why they're doing this?
We know how many eyes are on product placement. We need to know why this was allowed.
How many people had to approve this ad before it was launched who just said, yeah, looks good to me?
It had to get up to somewhere in the C-suite. Someone high above had to approve this shit. And they did.
Of course, it's not like the entire brand knew about this. Of course, it's not like Susan from social media marketing knew that there was going to be an ad like this. But the amount of people that this ad passed through who approved it and thought it was a good idea is mind-blowing to me. After all the controversy, the brand ended up pulling these two ad campaigns.
It's not accidental, is the point. Didn't just happen by, Susan was sick that week and an underling approved it. No. Nope. Notice the weird eyes again. I'm not saying anything.
And suing the creative agency it hired to develop them. So what is even going on?
Why would the teddy bear have those lizard eyes? What are you saying?
How did this happen and why?
Balenciaga have since removed all evidence of their object shoot from their website and socials. Neither shoot should have utilized any aspects of this.
Excuse me. Well, what do we have here? Is this another one of their ads, perhaps? Just another brand marketing ad? Cybertoxin. The elongated horizontal pupil indicates a creature of prey, like a goat, for example, or a horse. Yeah. Or maybe something else. I wouldn't say this is another S&M. I would say this is more like Ball. B-A-A-L. But we will get there shortly. Hold on to your shirts.
Of their objects shoot from their website and socials. Neither shoot should have utilized any aspects of this topic in the first place. It begs the question, how could this have happened?
Well, we don't have a ton of information on the level of involvement that Balenciaga had through these ad campaigns.
But we know somebody signed off on it, dear. Somebody did. This shit doesn't happen. Somebody had to put their name on a piece of paper and sign off on
But
it.
what we do know is one of these campaigns was the 2022 Balenciaga Christmas campaign shot by
Now, before we go on to the next part of it here. Nice camera too, by the way. Why do you think, let me just throw this out here. It's a little bit of a weird tangent here, but just think about it. Why would the left and the atheists and all these people want you to believe there is no God? There's no Jesus, there's no Holy Spirit, no disciples, no apostles or anything. Well, if there's no God, then there couldn't be a devil or a demon or evil like that, right? I know it's a tangent. I know. Go ahead.
by photographer Gabrielle Galimberti, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, who is known for photographing children with their toys as an
Baby, you can pronounce my name wrong anytime.
art project, if you've ever seen photos like these. And the teddy bears featured in this controversial campaign are teddy bear handbags that Balenciaga sells.
Now, excuse
as
me.
an art project,
on one
if you've ever seen photos like these. And the teddy bears
If there's no God, then there can't be a devil. Yeah? All right. Look at these eyes. These eyes cry for you every night. Okay. There's the weird fucking eyeballs again. That's
featured in this controversial campaign.
Oh wait, that's the tolerance. That's the Mura from the factory in China. Right. Not intentional at all.
Are teddy bear handbags that Balenciaga sells. The other photo of the legal documents was shot by Chris Maggio, sorry if I pronounced that wrong again, for the 2023 spring campaign. It features a Balenciaga Adidas collaboration handbag sitting on top of a bunch of legal documents, one being a Supreme Court decision related to the Protect Act, which is a 2003 federal law that states that child porn is not protected by free speech. Once again, what are you trying to say here?
I think we know what they're trying to say there. I think it's obvious.
I think why Twitter erupted, TikTok erupted, because it's like these two ad campaigns being released on the same week, kind of together, are very concerning and very odd.
How to make 7-layer nachos. Come to your Taco Bell. 7-layer nachos. Token up, bro. Hey, Chronic, there you go. Another fucking video game. Isn't that right? Looks like it.
Controversial campaign that posed children with teddy bears dressed in gear. In one image, a Balenciaga handbag is featured atop a scattering of documents. One of the papers appears to be from the 2008 Supreme Court case, United States versus Williams.
Not only does it appear to be from that case, it is from that.
Which involved a man who offered to exchange child materials online with other users.
Balenciaga is known for being edgy and having political statements in their messages, but
you could be edgy though. Why do you have to bring the kids into it? Really? Why? Can't you be edgy with, showing a tit or something in your ads? And no. We're beyond the old nip. We're going to go for the children. Some pretty sick shit, isn't it?
The point of this statement. These two combined, of course, led people to believe that Balenciaga is trying to sexualize children.
With shoot and campaign with this much detail and these many references, it is not an accident.
On Friday, November 25th, Balenciaga brought a $25 million lawsuit against the creative agency they hired for the ad, North 6.
And they dropped the lawsuit as fast as they could Monday morning. Yeah, all show here, no go.
I think is important to note, North 6 only did the spring campaign, they didn't do the child teddy bear campaign.
Looks like Balenciaga is suing their production agency North 6 for $25 million for the use of unapproved items in their latest campaigns. Basically, North 6 looks like it's going to be the scapegoat for this campaign and they're going to take the hit. Or they
Nope. No, sir. No, Zankos, is that your name? No, lawsuit was dropped. What a shocker.
not suing at all, and it's just all for media.
A rep for North 6 told the New York Post that the company had no creative control over the content of the ad, which is interesting to me.
Bullshit. That's a flat out fucking lie, people. Y'all know that. You can pull the wool over the sheep for so long, and then the sheep is going to see through the wool. And we're seeing right now in our face. And someone is trying to tell us we're not seeing what we think we see in black and white. Wonder if that is a theme as of late through our society, our societies in the West. Wonder if that's the theme. You're supposed to believe this and thus and such because I fucking say so. And if you don't believe my fantasy world, you're a bigot, you're a homophobe, you're a zik, da-ba-dee-da-ba-da-ba. Oh, this is not we imagined we saw something in an ad. This is not something about a large pizza. It's in our fucking face, and they're still telling us it's not really what you think it is. What kind of bullshit is this? Are people this stupid? God almighty, I sure hope so. I hope not, for God's sake.
Because you're a creative agency.
I'm afraid, however, it's so.
But the photographer Chris Maggio hasn't released a statement, but Gabriele Galimberti, who shot the teddy bear ad, said in a statement on Instagram that he too was given no creative control in the project, and that he only had control over basically just the lighting.
So we're trying to scapegoat the people who did the photographs here. Galimberti shot the teddy bear, but had no involvement with the spring campaign, said he too was given no control over the creative content of the shoots other than details like lighting. One has to imagine somebody was telling him then with his camera and lighting what to do. But it wasn't the executives at Balenciaga or nothing. No.
In the project, and that he only had control over basically.
I'm looking at the bear in the lower left-hand corner there. That's like some internet creepy shit, isn't it? You ever watch those internet creepy videos with the weird-looking people? It's exactly what that is. Yeah.
Just the lighting. So everyone is kind of all pointing fingers at who is to blame for these disturbing ads.
That would be the CEO of Balenciaga or the marketing executive. Somebody at the top approved this stuff, Ginger. You know that. I know that. Everybody knows that. It's not accidental. It's not like, one of those challenges where you throw a bottle in the air and it lands on its whatever. It's not probability. It is actuality. Somebody said, do this at the top of the organization.
That all of them participated in. Now TikTokers are destroying Balenciaga products in protest of the brand.
Some TikTok users now started to destroy their Balenciaga items. In a new trend, users can be seen cutting or burning Balenciaga items.
And excuse me. I made this point before. I'll make it again. Who the fuck buys this shit? You ran out of things to buy, and you have so much money, so you're spending $1,200 on a T-shirt. Really? Okay. Well, good on them for getting rid of this child corn bullshit here.
Just shoes, caps, sweaters, or bags. The users destroy the items because they no longer want to be associated or support Balenciaga.
There are a slew of conspiracy theories as to what the intent of these ad campaigns were.
There are more disturbing hidden messages in the Balenciaga and Adidas
Yep.
collection.
Somebody mentioned in some video, I don't have it in front of me, but they came out with bracelets, necklaces, and jewelry, adornments or whatever. And instead of spelling their name Balenc, they spelled it Balencia. Sure, that was just coincidence. The typist screwed up, right?
I have PTSD with anxiety, so I was introduced into the world of service dog. Canines for Warriors saves shelter dogs and trains them to be service dogs for veterans. I met Hannah on 8 January 2018.
I'm
You can't really
quite certain it's just by coincidence.
say that this stuff is like theatre or it's production or it's fashion and it adds to the mystery. The more we look into this stuff, the darker and darker it gets.
The Balenciaga controversy just keeps getting worse. On Balenciaga's website, you'll find this image, and in the background, you'll see this book. This book right here is by Michael Borman. In this book, you'll find a series of paintings of children dressed in robes doing some kind of ritual. The amount of symbolism that people have uncovered from these Balenciaga photo shoots is deeply concerning.
And for now, at least, celebrities have seemingly stopped working with the brand. Kim Kardashian herself, who's been affiliated with Balenciaga for quite some time, making a statement saying that she's reevaluating her relationship with Balenciaga.
Well, that's because Kanye gets to pay her $200,000 a month in child support.
Shame on you. You're a billionaire. You don't need this company. They need you. And for you to take a week and a half to come to a conclusion, shame on you.
Though recently Kanye West has shown support for the brand. Balenciaga designer and creative director Demna recently addressed the scandal and apologized. Demna posted a statement on Instagram vowing to engage with child protective organizations. Then a few days ago, it was announced that Balenciaga ditched the $25 million lawsuit and decided.
Yeah, as soon as they could. As soon as they could get to the courthouse and yeet that old lawsuit. Cool man, 6'5", 6'4". Yeah, it's certainly a coincidence. There's no possible way it was it was not intentional. No. Edom Warlord. These celebs are, hold on, let me play it. Stop moving. There it is. These celebs are turning coat because they're, what are you hanging out on 8chan there, buddy? I'm just kidding. Of course they are. They said a little bit too much, Balenciaga, didn't they? Just a little bit too much.
Decided to donate to child protection organizations instead. In an Instagram post, they said, Balenciaga takes the following actions with the objective to learn from our mistakes as an organization. Our current process for content validation has failed, and we recognize the need to do better. On the internal side, we nominate with immediate effect an image board responsible for evaluating the nature of our content from concept to final assets, including legal, sustainability, and diversity expertise. On the external side, we've appointed a best-in-class agency to assess and evaluate our content. We have reorganized our image department to ensure full alignment with our corporate guidelines. Balenciaga has decided not to pursue litigation. We want to learn, help, and contribute to protect children. We are starting trainings on responsible communication across our teams. Together with my team, we will go on listening tour to engage with advocacy groups who aim to protect children. We have set aside a significant fund for grants to organizations so that we can help make a difference in protecting children. Signed by Cedric, the president and CEO. And I guess the question really is, do you think that this is enough to make up for the damage that was done?
No. It's not enough to make up for the damage that has been done for decades. This is just the iceberg slipping a little bit above the water, people. I think we all know that.
Balenciaga, as a brand, has made a name for themselves off of controversial, provocative, and often ridiculous fashion releases.
I mean, all these fashion people are crazy, aren't they? I mean, look at what was the movie with Ben Stiller and those guys? Zoolander. Go look at that. It's a very good troll of the fashion industry.
They're usually guised as political statements done in a deft way. For example, Gabrielle's photography, you could say, is a statement on American consumerism, showing children in Western civilization with the large amount of toys that they have and comparing it to children who maybe don't have as many toys.
Okay, but okay, you could probably go down that path. But I mean, do their toys have to be BDSM equipped bears with weird eyeballs? I don't think so.
And Balenciaga basically took that concept and commentary on mainly American consumerism and instead just plugged in all their Balenciaga products as if the entire commentary of it.
Whoa. It may be a comment on American consumerism, and I can agree we buy too much shit we don't need. That's how they make their money, though, isn't it? They're not a fucking charity. They sell this shit to people who have far less brains than cash, don't they?
It all just completely went over their head. It's like, excuse me, you are the problem here that this photographer was trying to point out.
Toy Stories is a project that he's been involved in for a couple of years, and I'm going to read what he says on his own website.
Irish chick, eh?
For over 2 years, I visited more than 50 countries and created colorful images of boys and girls in their home and neighborhoods with their most prized possessions, their toys. From Texas to India, Malawi to China, Iceland, Morocco, and Fiji, I recorded the spontaneous and natural joy that unites kids despite their diverse backgrounds.
And instead, you took children and put them with one of your provocative teddy bear handbags. So this campaign just isn't really saying anything at all. We still don't have all the details of how much Balenciaga was involved in the campaign, but most professionals in the fashion industry seem to all agree that there's
no, it's saying quite a bit. It's saying exactly what they wanted it to say. Perhaps they didn't think there'd be such a backlash because, again, they just can't talk about certain things.
No way that Balenciaga didn't know the details of this campaign. Like, can you imagine a major fashion brand releasing an ad where they have no idea what's in the photographs? That does not sound like something that would happen to me. But
Nope. You're correct, ma'am. Let's go somewhere else. Let's try a different one while we're at it. Let's go to a website called The Hill. See what happens here.
Fashion house Balenciaga is facing backlash over its latest ad campaign featuring children holding teddy bears dressed in bondage gear. The holiday campaign's second ad shows a page from a Supreme Court ruling on child porn, United States v. Williams. We've determined not to air the ad here. Balenciaga removed the ad, but not before it drew the ire of the public. Here are the hosts of ABC's The View weighing in.
They left it out there as long as they could get away with it. Well, come on. Okay, ma'am, go ahead.
What's going on here?
I found this ad campaign particularly distasteful in this moment. So there's growing anti-LGBTQ sentiment right now.
What does kitty corn have to do with someone who is gay? Why are you trying to tie the two together? I'm curious. This is Alyssa Farah Griffin. Let's just go back and see that over again.
Tasteful in this moment. So there's growing anti-LGBTQ sentiment right now, and how it's being framed is as portraying, trans people as groomers. This is a term you'll hear on the far right. They're groomers. This is where you get the anti-drag queen stuff that we're seeing. So Balenciaga played right into their hands by having kids in a sexualized manner, carrying something that represents, sex acts. I think it was a really bad misstep at a moment where it's just kind of a dangerous time to even get.
It's not a fucking misstep, Alyssa. It's not an accident, dear. And it has nothing to do with gay, lesbian people who want to live their lives in peace and love who they want to do. Doesn't matter. The far-right Nazis are worried about two people who want to get together and do their own thing. I think not. I think, frankly, no. I think people have bigger concerns like, I don't know, for example, putting children with BDSM freaking bears in an ad campaign. Now, there's another point I'll make at the end. Go ahead.
Give credence to those kind of insane takes.
Yeah, I mean, we can't even show the picture because it's so distasteful. But what's also very distasteful is like Balenciaga lately. I mean, their stuff is just ugly. I mean, the bag that their little girl is holding is ugly. Do you remember when Kim K was dressed in Balenciaga for the gala?
No, I don't, because I don't care. Is it me, guys? And maybe the stray woman who might be in this chat. I had never even heard of Balenciaga before this thing. So is there some secret objective here to make everybody know who? I don't know. I have no idea. But it's garbage. Why would anybody buy this shit? I have no concept. Go on.
Look at that. Oh, she looked like a bat or something.
She looks like fucking Batwoman, for Christ's sake.
I didn't quite like that Kim outfit either. Balenciaga's latest muse, Kim Kardashian, broke her silence on the brand's ads. The mother of four took to Twitter, calling the images disturbing and said
she can actually speak? Oh.
She was left shaken. She further tweeted, quote, I have been quiet for the past few days, not because I haven't been disgusted and outraged by the recent Balenciaga campaigns, but because I wanted an opportunity to speak to their team to understand for myself how this could have happened.
Well, it's pretty easy. Somebody at the top signed off on it, Kim. Come on. Come on, Kimmy K. Don't be stupid. You're a smart woman. We like to give you shit, but you're not a dummy.
Balenciaga is now suing the production company it hired to produce the ad, particularly for including the Supreme Court papers, which it maintains were not authorized.
Except that lawsuit went away.
Out to Balenciaga's parent company, Kering, but have not heard back as of now.
Now, what would a lawsuit do? Wouldn't it bring to the fore all of the details about who signed off on this shit? Yes, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? Well, we wouldn't want that. And so rather rapidly, they dropped the lawsuit. I wonder why.
And yeah, that the Supreme Court ruling, that
I think by far is the worst part.
I
Because it
agree.
seems purposeful and is actually about child porn as opposed to, you know, the bondage gear and stuff, which is, I think, distasteful mixing of adult things with kid things, but not actually
the Supreme
about
Court
pornography.
gets rid of whatever you could have said about it. Say, well, it's a misunderstanding. That's not what they're going for. Oh, we're sorry you took it that way, etc. No, but you clearly were you thought you knew people would take it that way if you put that there.
Right, 100%. Now, people have been very upset with Kim Kardashian. I think that I personally find her statement to be, satisfactory. Balenciaga was probably going to sue whatever production set designer or whatever was involved and distance themselves from this and move on. I kind of agree with Sunny as well about some of the design choices also being a problem with Balenciaga. They're the ones, for people who don't know, that are famous for
I don't know. I'm one of those people. Talk to
I have no fucking idea, ma'am. So please explain it to us. I have no concept.
What are they famous for?
They sell, for instance, like a purse that looks like a giant plastic trash bag.
Really? Can I make money doing that? I've got bags right here. I could put the hamster logo or something on there.
It comes in black and white, depending what kind of hefty you like.
Hammerhand, we could make $1 million fucking dollars selling trash bags as purses. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Now, what is the Canadian Nazi? What does Steven Crowder have to say about this? I'm sure he has some choice words to share with us. Let's go. If it ever gets
If your role as a parent is not to protect your child by any means necessary from sexual predators, you should give your children up for adoption. You should give them up to another family. And what is Satanism? And it always kind of, you can comment below, it always sort of surprises me that that ding. It's driving me nuts.
Yeah.
It always sort of surprises me when you have people out there, celebrities, people on the right, who say, this is a satanic cabal. Okay. What church are you involved with?
Ooh.
Why is it all of a sudden the people who are not practicing Christians who want to use the Satanism clickbait?
Yeah. Well, I'll reiterate what I said earlier. If the left convince people there is no God, then there can be no Satan. Think carefully about that. Go ahead, Stephen.
Satan is, I believe the devil is real. The devil wants you to think that he's not real, just to be clear. But we'll get to what Satanism actually is. Before that, here's the thing. Hollywood has a very long and storied history with child exploitation. Yeah. Let's be clear here. What do we have? We have this is a new one, play, pedophile play called Downstate by Bruce Norris. And by the way, it's not just
at a registered address in Downstate, Illinois, close to me, I guess. 4 men convicted of X crimes share a home where they live out their days post-incarceration. When a man shows up to confront his childhood abuser, it becomes hard to locate the line between justice and retribution. This gripping, provocative new play from Pulitzer Prize winner Bruce Norris zeroes in on the limits of compassion and forgiveness. Okay.
There's a play, basically.
Doesn't sound like child porn to me.
I guess I should say praising or portraying in a positive light. I don't want to misspeak and be removed from YouTube from the pedophile moderator.
Yeah.
Well, it's not just that you have a play that's pro-pedophile.
Crowder, come on. I'm trying not to get yeeted either, so hold on.
Allegedly. It's that you have the media carrying their water. Washington Post. There's a columnist there, Peter Marks, wrote a review of the play. Take a guess. Glowing.
Oh, weird.
Norris proposes a variation on this proposition at Off-Broadway's Playwrights Horizons. I always love when they have to say Off-Broadway because that means they're a self-important prick.
It sounded to me, though, from the description, it's like one of the victims of these guys came back to get some justice, if you know what I mean. So I don't know how that how that portrays it in a all right, Stephen, go ahead.
It also means it's not on Broadway for good reason.
Yes, exactly.
For a very, very good reason.
Yeah.
What I want you to do is walk past the theater, see where they have Avenue Q playing,
Okay.
and keep walking until someone takes your wallet.
Oh, and then
you won't find that at the TKTS stand. So he is. This is the review. He is questioning what degree of compassion should society fairly hold out to those who have served their time for sexual abuse, assault, or rape.
Well, we certainly shouldn't allow them around children. I mean, it seems like a fair, reasonable compromise. You don't go near kids. If someone was convicted of a crime like a kitty corn, right?
Downstate, directed with exceptional astuteness by Pam McKinnon, seizes on our reflexive response to these crimes and shifts our emotional focus to the perpetrators.
Now, I mean, if there was a play that praised this sort of activity, I'd be on board with that. But this sounds like a play where it's justice, right? The victim comes back and takes it out on the guys that did this to him or her. Okay.
Let me ask you this. At what point does a person not warrant your emotional focus? I know. If they voted for Trump, right? You don't care if they live or die.
Right, yeah.
But when someone rapes a kid or when someone grooms a kid and you understand the recidivism rate, at what point do you actually focus on the victim rather than the criminal? I'm sorry. This may seem a little bit cold. I think there's nothing wrong with the way we've been doing it since the beginning of ever. You rape a kid, you harm a kid in the tribe, you're gone. Try and come back, you get an arrow through the heart, or you get a bullet to the face.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously victims of that kind of thing or rape or whatever. We need to apply the appropriate resources to help these people get back to, living their lives so they're not all, horrible things, really. So whatever it takes. Can the government spend money helping people who are victims of this shit? Of course not. Let's send 100 billion more over to Central Europe because that's the way we do things here in America.
You leave. Exile. Why? For the same reason that a dog that mauls a child can no longer be let in a daycare. Yep. You are no longer allowed to be among society where you could do damage. It's just a risk that we can't take. Leave. And then if they, through force, come back, the punishment has to be as severe as humanly possible. Comment below if you think that's a little bit too stark of a contrast. I'm giving them the option to leave.
Right.
I mean, obviously, we got. I'm just giving Crowder stuff. I love the guy. He does some good things. Sergeant Grinch is in the building. Hello. I worked as a corrections officer in the 90s. I have no love lost for criminals. Yeah. Yep. Especially the ones that diddle with kids. Especially the ones that rape women. There used to be a really super severe penalty for rapists. And it would send them very rapidly to their leader down in hell. And Ruth Bader Ginsburg, the late, great Supreme Court Justice, put the kibosh to that particular thing. Hey, we've got Finland in the building. Hello. How are you? Hopefully there's no winter wars going on up there in Finland. Because, the Russians, they get a little bit jumpy and all that other stuff. Okay, let's go back to Crowder, see what he has to say.
That's enough. But so this play, it wasn't just, so this article is glowing. This play was fantastic. They did a great job with this. In the play,
it's a glowy.
They're making the point that we're treating pedophiles, people convicted of sexual crimes against minors and other people, too harshly because we're not considering the emotional distress that they're going through in life and the isolation and everything else.
Whatever it is, it's not enough.
Here's the one part of it, too, that just makes it even worse. One of the play's characters is a victim of one of the guys who's living in this basement in a group of people that are living together. And they portray him as this person who misguidedly comes back to face his tormentor, essentially, somebody who abused him, and to try to get some closure. He's trying to get some kind of closure, and his wife misguidedly says that this is probably a good idea, and he has no compassion for this guy. He paints him as the villain.
Really? Yeah. Well, hopefully he had a shotgun. Although I do not advocate for any violence, I would understand to some degree if you were attacked in that way as a child. I can understand the anger and the pain. Now, it does bring up an interesting question, doesn't it? And we're not going to get off too much of a tangent here, but if you are convicted of this sort of crime and you serve your time, 25 years in jail or whatever, and you get out, is it over at that point?
The child who was abused, who is now an adult, that is coming back to try to get some closure as the villain in the story, and all the compassion goes to the guy that raped him. That's what this play does.
This is far more prevalent in our society than I think people realize.
Yeah.
And the fact that there's more people.
Certainly in Hollywood.
Oh, absolutely. But it goes on everywhere. There's a problem with sexual abuse of children everywhere.
Yeah.
And the reality is the more people there are, the more this stuff is coming to light, because somebody who made this play or is behind it or is producing it has an agenda. I firmly believe that, because there's too much of this crap going on.
It's right there,
of course. Yeah.
That's QAnon. Come on, man. Stop. Come on, man. What are you talking about?
It's a conspiracy, even though you're watching it.
Yes, exactly.
No, I think you're absolutely. Here's the big difference, though, is that at least even if people in our society at large, being the United.
Excuse me. Comment on the current times. Guinness is good, by the way. So, conspiracy theory. It's bad news. We don't want to talk about that, and so we're not going to talk about those things. But let's just say it wasn't that long ago, say 2.5 years ago or so, when there was this so-called conspiracy about Twitter doing certain things that they have admitted. Elon Musk went in there and waved his balls around, and suddenly we have the evidence to prove that we were not freaking wrong. So what was a conspiracy theory 2.5 years ago is today a fact. Just saying. Just want to point that out.
United States aren't as hard on pedophilia as we aren't as hard on child rapists. They still have to feign as though they're bothered by it. They don't write plays saying, can't we give them empathy? Only in the entertainment industry do they openly, blatantly say, hey, we're not pro-pedophile, but couldn't you put a little love in your heart? Nope.
Oh, God.
Well, they're saying use the term minor attracted person, and that's when I was like, well, you've officially lost me.
Yeah.
Is that what we call them when we shoot them?
Yeah. How about future room temperature?
Yeah.
A bullet attracted
I don't
person. Oh, my God. Yeah, you're right, Dave.
understand, it's It should be an execution.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
If you rape a
there's
child.
Yes,
Yeah,
it should
have
be.
a
You should be
trial
put to
and-
death because you are a danger to children. You've had your chance to live. You're now an adult. You're taking away somebody else's. You deserve to die. That's how I've always felt about it.
I agree with you.
Right,
Because I don't want you out
And
there.
watch YouTube say that this is more extreme than the people trying to groom. And by the way, that is grooming, just to be clear. Creating a play like that you know a bunch of suburban white moms who make up the entire Democratic voting bloc and want to put their kids on puberty blockers, they'll be, hey, we're going to go into the...
We've got a pre-existing juvenile foundational relationship, statute 2705-3.
What?
Texas statute?
Now, a couple of things here. First off, I also want to be clear. I don't think that people who are 19 years old who are dating a 17-year-old should be put in prison with sex offenders, just to be clear. However, they could have made that film and just had them both be 18.
There's no reason to.
No, Romeo and
Schneider
Juliet.
would take pictures of kids' feet. I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. Here's a clip.
So that wasn't even Polaroid, it was like a digital camera, and he would go around with money and ask to take photos of the kids' feet.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry.
What? Oh, Jesus.
Yes, the kids' feet.
Yes.
The children's
Feet.
Feet. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
their toes.
Okay.
And I remember thinking it was weird and silly almost
you
as
think?
a kid. And I
Really?
remember my mom going, don't go over there. My mom
no.
actually said no
No.
to it.
Mom's
But I
garbage.
saw other parents allowing their kids to do it.
Well,
least your
I think
parents
she's trying to
love
say
you.
her mom actually stopped her.
Well,
Yeah.
that's good. But
That's
I mean,
good.
she kind of forced
If
her
she
into
just
the
said
realm,
no,
though. Yeah.
like, don't do that. Okay, go take pictures of your feet.
But the Dan Schneider thing, there's actually tons of footage from different shows.
Yeah.
Where it's like they're putting food on their feet. There's all these foot
Mm.
fetish scenes. Like there's like, you have like them like in
How do
bed.
you eat a Tin Roof Sundae?
No. But like in bed, like, sucking
Oh,
their
God.
toes. And it's all Dan Schneider produced television. That guy is an absolute creep.
He's an absolute creep.
Absolute creep.
And really, it just comes down to when they get caught. Again, you look back, you go,
Yes.
oh, we had the signs. And sometimes they're caught, and it's still not enough.
No, and
Roman Polanski was caught.
yeah,
He was giving her drugs that don't even exist anymore. They
It's
still
true.
give him an Oscar.
They did all the drugs.
All of them.
Well, and Hollywood seems like the best place to kind of preach morality. That's why I still love Ricky Gervais when it was, what was the Golden Globes?
That's beautiful.
Which one?
yeah,
He
yeah.
did it
No,
like
when
5 times.
The one that was just like he lit
Epstein.
into every single person, including, and I like to call him this because President Trump called him this, Tim Apple.
Yeah.
Right. Instead of Tim Cook, he just called
Tim
him
Apple.
Tim Apple.
I know
He lit
a lot of you have to get back to being pedophiles. Sorry, I don't care.
A lot of you have to get some Guinness now.
Yeah, when he said something about Epstein and they started groaning, he goes, "Why are you booing?
It's your friend.
It's
It's not my friend.
What are you mad at me then?
He's not my friend. He's not my friend. Oh my God. Peter Marks is saying that. Sorry. It's all out in the open. That's exactly right, Alec. Yeah, that's the only sin Balenciaga did was oops. Oops. All right. There's Steven Crowder has a whole hour and a half on it or something. Let's see. Michael Knowles has something. I guess we'll go here. All right. This is pretty good. Hold on. 1 second here. We'll do a little bit more of this and then we'll I don't know, get crazy. What? Yeah, crazy. What'd you say? Crazy? Yeah, that's crazy. Paste. Oh my God. I'm almost 100% tonight. I actually can hit paste. Jeeper creepers. Where'd you get those peepers?
Balenciaga just wiped their Instagram page.
Oh, really?
Okay. If this were just nothing, don't you think Balenciaga would just sort of move on? Oh, no big deal. No. They wiped their Instagram page. They've issued a major apology. That's now the only thing that's featured on their Instagram page. And here's what they say.
Really? Okay.
The first campaign, the gift collection campaign, featured children with plush bear bags dressed in what some have labeled BDS.
Again, look at the fucking eyes. This is not by accident. That's not by accident.
Inspired outfits. Just put a pause there. It's not what some have labeled BDSM outfits. It's BDSM outfits. I don't know how else you would describe it.
There's no other way.
Would you say they're dressed up like cowboys? No.
No. They look like bears dressed up in BSDM gear.
Are they dressed up like bikers? No.
Nope.
They're wearing like weird leather chain stuff, but it's clearly a weird sex thing.
I mean, they wanted to put a ball gag in the bear's, face, but I thought that might have been a little bit too far.
Our plush bear bags in the gift collection should not have been featured with children. This was a wrong choice by Balenciaga. Combined with our failure in assessing and validating images, the responsibility for this lies with Balenciaga alone. Okay, so they are saying they're trying to weasel out of it a little in the beginning. Some have called it a BDSM thing, but then they're saying, look, this was horrible. This was terrible. This shouldn't have featured kids. We shouldn't have let this go through. We're sorry. It's our fault. We're sorry. We're sorry. We're sorry.
So who got fired then would be my question. Somebody's signature is on the dotted line that signed off on this. Who got fired? No. Why would they get fired when they were doing exactly what they intended on doing? Just saying.
So I don't want to hear, oh, you conservatives are blowing this out of proportion. Balenciaga admits this is a weird, creepy, pornographic, child featuring, S&M having weird sex thing. Yeah. But then they go on. They say the second separate campaign for spring 2023, that's the one with the child porn case being featured, which was meant to replicate a business office environment, included a photo with a page in the background from a Supreme Court ruling, United States versus Williams, 2008, which confirms as illegal and not protected by freedom of speech the promotion of child pornography. All the items included in this shooting were provided by third parties that confirmed in writing that these props were fake office documents. They turned out to be real legal papers, most likely coming from the filming of a television drama.
Excuse me. The photographer said he had no direction in what they were going to shoot. We just confirmed that 10 minutes ago. So what are we talking about here? I think someone's trying to cover their ass. What do you think?
Inclusion of these unapproved documents was the result of reckless negligence for which Balenciaga has filed a complaint.
It's someone else's
We take full
fault,
responsibility.
And, it's Donald Trump. Can we get Trump in there?
Accountability for our lack of oversight
Yes,
and control of the documents in the background, and we could have done things differently. Okay.
We, the people of the United States.
We've moved so far away from the Constitution
Oh,
that
Hillsdale
in many
College,
ways we don't recognize
Go there.
it.
They have some good stuff.
We think that we're becoming more advanced.
Oh, that's right. They're
by
Nazis.
abandoning.
Keep forgetting.
I don't buy it. I don't buy it.
I would agree, Michael. Yeah, I don't buy it either.
I always want to give people the benefit of the doubt. I strive to cultivate a spirit of charity and always seeing the bright side of things. Sorry, I don't think so. Once, it's a fluke. Twice, it's a coincidence. 3 things, 4 things, 5 things. I don't know. It just seems a little bit weird.
Seems like kind of a habit. Yeah.
And we are seeing lots and lots of evidence that Balenciaga and the people around Balenciaga have a weird fascination with weird sex stuff and kids.
With kitty corn, yeah.
Okay, I'm just noticing that. I'm just seeing that. And we've got a lot of evidence to back it up. You're telling me, no.
Guys, it gets worse. It gets even worse than what you saw.
Oops, actually, yeah. Just as we're getting all this heat for a weird pornographic child featuring campaign, coincidentally, the set decorator used these documents. It's probably from a television drama. Probably.
That is correct, sir. Cool man 6564. They threw out the test and they wanted to see how far they could get. They showed their hand. Basically, they popped their head above the water line. And, it's surprising that most people in the United States, left, right, communists, socialists, etc., are saying this is fucked. Almost unanimously, this is fucked up. Oddly, because we just won't throw anything. Red Scout says, "You stupid idiots, get out of Babylon." Yeah, thank you, Red Scout. Love your antlers there. They're good.
Probably. We're not going to give you any evidence
to
of
get a
that, but
beer, I'll let Michael
let's just
talk.
say it's that. And it just coincidentally, the exact part that's featured there specifically refers to a child porn case. And yes, it's from, notice they say, it's from U.S. versus Williams, which was a case that said that the peddling of child porn is not protected speech. But in the line of that document that was featured specifically in the photograph, it referred to a different Supreme Court decision. It was the Free Speech Coalition case, which actually found that simulated child pornography is protected speech, which is a ridiculous ruling from the Supreme Court. But the ruling that was referenced there was a pro-child porn.
All right, let's jump ahead here a little bit.
Balenciaga's argument is, this was all just a skimpy little leotard. And kind of
Now, some of this stuff is actually from photo shoots with respect to this company. I'll let Michael explain it here. This is weird shit.
Well, the first ones that pops up is this little girl in a kind of really done up sort of hairdo, lying on the ground, lying on her side in a sort of skimpy little leotard, and kind of smiling in a very creepy way, but with a hand out that sort of says no. Another one is a child in high heels, topless, in a very strange sort of position, obviously a kind of sexualized way. You can see that from the stiletto heels, but not quite showing the face. Another one is a child's bedroom just covered in gore. And
I mean, what could possibly be the reason for that? What fashion thing are you talking about with a bunch of blood all over this? Jesus Christ. I know these fashion people are a little bit fucking weird, but what the hell is this? What are they trying to say here? Looks like someone was murdered. Looks like someone was like there's blood flowing in this room here. What the hell is that? How does that have anything to do with fashion, for God's sake?
Blood everywhere. Another one is a little teddy bear tied up in a sort of dungeon or jail cell or something like that. There's more. It wasn't just these 4 photos. Let's see. Yeah. So then there's another one of people tied up in like kind of weird plastic trash bags, all tied up in a weird, it looks very like some kind of torture scene. Another one of a little kid holding up a skull. Another one of a little kid being duct taped and tied.
Now, what else could you make of this? You've got a little girl duct taped to a chair. What are you supposed to? What are they trying to say here? I mean, clearly, this is somebody who is a little girl being held against her will. What the fuck?
To a chair, being made to watch something. We're not exactly sure what the kid's being made to watch. Another one of someone with entrails pouring out of the midsection. And there's more images.
And they're trying to sell T-shirts and handbags with this fucking shit. What the hell what are we looking at here?
So then there's an image on this Instagram of just a satanic scene of a pentagram with a devil demon looking person up there, and then a kind of sacrifice on another pentagram. So now we're talking about overt satanic imagery.
Remember, Michael, if God doesn't exist, the devil doesn't. See why they wanted to get God out of everything. Yes.
And then we're seeing lots and lots of teddy bears throughout this person's campaign. This is Lotta Volkova. This woman clearly has a fascination with teddy bears. Now, why does she have a fascination with teddy bears? Well, maybe it's just totally innocent.
God only knows.
Teddy bears are really cute and fun and plush.
Excuse me, this teddy bear is eating her fucking pie here? What the fuck is this?
See, everyone had a teddy bear as a kid. Fewer people have teddy bears as adults. But it's her kind of lying around with teddy bears, walking around with teddy bears, and then there's one of a teddy bear doing a sexual act that's really, really weird.
Like licking some... Oh, God.
So all of this, I'm not sitting here telling you that this woman is some kind of witch, controlling the Balenciaga campaign. Not telling you she's not. I mean, there's
it'd be a good, it wouldn't be a bad assumption.
Satanic imagery here and weird child sex stuff.
Yeah.
But then something that's really, really weird. Now, I'm not the first person to discover this. Someone called my attention to it, and I looked it up, tried it myself. I don't know how to explain this. I'm not making any allegation. I'm just observing this. Okay, I'm just noticing. you type into Google Translate Latin to English.
Okay.
So Latin, the universal language, right? It's supposed to be the main language of the world. It's the language that...
Well, except for Hungarians and the Finns. That's it. That language is... Where does that come from?
When I attend Mass, that's the language that it's in. But it's the language that was the universal language until very, very recently.
Spiritus Sanctum, yeah. Right. Yeah, Latin, yeah.
You type in ba from Latin into English, you get nothing.
All right.
It just says ba, because ba is not a Latin word.
Right.
Then you type in a second word, len. Ba len. What's the English rendering? Ba len, because len is not a Latin word either.
It could be lens, seeing. Not sure about that. Go ahead.
Ba len si. Ba len si. Again, you just get ba len si because there's no Latin translation of that because those are not Latin words. But here's where it gets really weird.
All right.
You type in ba len si aga. And then the English translation is do what you want.
Ooh.
I'm not making any accusation. I'm not even speculating.
That really doesn't look like Latin to me, though. I understand Michael's point, but that doesn't feel like Latin. That looks like a bunch of words, and then Google just try to figure out what the hell you're saying here.
Do what you want. The thing that's really weird about that is do what you want is the commandment of the Satanists. This was the commandment of Aleister Crowley.
Oh.
Do what thou wilt is the entirety of the law. That's what he says. That is the satanic commandment. Going back to the Garden of Eden, do what you want, Eve. Come on, you shall be as gods. Do what you want.
Ooh.
Now, when you look on Google Translate, it says, would you like to translate this from Hausa, which is some African language? But it's not translating it from Hausa. That's not what it means in Hausa. When you click the translator from Hausa, it gives you a different translation.
Okay, I got to do it. I mean, I've got the Google. Let's go and see. Google Translate. There, hold on. Do what you want. Okay. Wait. Translate. Hold on. Translate. Google Translate. All right. Detect language. Okay. English. And where's the thing where you put it in? Oh, here it is. Okay, hold on. Excuse me. Do what you want. In Spanish, it says haz lo que quieras. So that's not really Latin. So let's find Latin here. Latin. Okay. Fac sicut vis, or vis, probably. So, not really seeing that. Maybe Google changed it. So he said Bal and what the hell is the name of this freaking company? Balenciaga and fuck, man. Yeah. There you Balenciaga. Right. Nothing. Okay, let's put spaces. Balenciaga. No, it's not Latin. That's not where it goes. So I don't know what the hell they're talking about here. However, what happens if we put in Bal? Put in another A. Ball. Let's see. Devil. Demonio in Spanish. All right. Demonio. Or if you're a woman, I suppose it's a diamona. Diaboli in Latin. Okay, so Michael, I think you're off here a little bit.
I have no way of making any sense of this other than to observe that there's something weird about Balenciaga. And we know it's not just a coincidence, and we know it's not just the Republican reaction, the pouncing, because Balenciaga is taking this very seriously. Balenciaga is wiping their Instagram page, apologizing immediately for the campaign, taking legal action against the people who are creating the campaign. And then you look into it, and it's just all this overtly satanic
weird
imagery.
Shit. So here's my theme of the day. In English, if God doesn't exist, the devil doesn't exist. In Latin, si Deus non est, diabolus non est. Think about that. In Spanish, si Dios no existe, el diablo no existe. Just saying.
You can't write off this stuff as a crazy conspiracy theory. You certainly can't in a world post-Jeffrey Epstein, okay? Because post-Jeffrey Epstein, we know that there actually is an elite cabal of pedophiles who have a whole island who would go to the island and do weird sex stuff with kids. That you can't just say, well, you crazy tinfoil hat conspiracy theorists. We know that happened. There are court documents about it. Mm-hmm. And yet we still don't really know who the clients are. We still don't have the little black book. No one's.
Oh, I think we have some ideas, however, Michael. I'm not going to put that. I'm not going to put that evil on you, Ricky Bobby. But yeah, I think we have a couple of ideas, perhaps. Okay, let's go to Corey, one of the Coreys, and see what he has to say about Hollywood. This is pretty interesting. If it'll show up here eventually.
Well, actor Corey Feldman was a sensation as a child star. He lived the Hollywood life, befriending major celebrities like Michael Jackson and others. Now, as an adult and worrying about sexual harassment in Hollywood, Feldman says he feels compelled to repeat his long-held claims about what happened to him as a child actor.
That's, it's interesting. Michael Jackson, rest his soul, was said to be this weirdo and this freak show and whatever the hell it was. I wonder if they were trying to project something on someone else to take the blame for some of this shit. I'm just saying.
And he says what happened to other child actors like him.
We have the ability to let our voices be heard and break the dam of silence.
Corey Feldman once again opening up about the dark side of the spotlight. In a new YouTube video, the former child star vowing to expose a ring of Hollywood pedophiles who he claims have abused thousands of children.
I can name 6 names. One of them who is still very powerful today.
Feldman posting the video after launching an online campaign aimed at raising $10 million to fund his plan to reveal what he calls the truth.
I propose to do this by making a film that'll be the most honest and true depiction of child abuse ever portrayed, by telling my own story in a very real way.
We're fighters for truth, justice, and the American way.
A 1990s teenage heartthrob, Feldman became best known for his roles in movies like The Goonies, The Lost Boys, and Stand By Me.
Keep me on TV. Sure, we'll be heroes.
But along with the fame, Feldman says he learned firsthand about Hollywood's big secret, one he's tried to tell for years without naming names.
I can tell you that the #1 problem in Hollywood was and is and always will be pedophilia. And they're some of the richest, most powerful people in this business. And children aren't supposed to handle that sort of stuff.
Humiliation. I know, I've been through it, but that's all over now.
Feldman has long claimed that as young actors, he and fellow child star the late Corey Haim were molested by older men in the entertainment industry. Allegations he also wrote about in his 2013 memoir, Corey.
I've lived in fear and been living with this my entire life.
But this morning, Feldman's latest proclamation drawing criticism from Haim's mother, Judy, who tells NBC News she wants her son's name left out of it, saying, quote, "If he finally decides to release names and tell the world who they are for the sake of more victims, I will be 100% behind him. But if he's waiting to release the names in the movie, I don't support that. He doesn't need $10 million to do it." We're back now with actor.
I mean, that's a fair point. Just say what it is. Help protect the kids that are, if this is going on in Hollywood, help the kids right now that are being exploited like this. Fuck the 10 million. You'll get all you want. Everybody will donate. Just stop this abuse in Hollywood if it's happening. Go on.
And musician Corey Feldman. Corey is vowing to expose a ring of Hollywood pedophiles through a film he would like to fund to the tune of $10 million. Corey, thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Megan, for having me.
I don't think anybody today is doubting that you were in fact a victim of pedophilia. The questioning has been about why wouldn't you just come out and name names if if you believe there are active pedophiles hurting little boys right now.
Absolutely.
In Hollywood.
And believe me, I would love the pain to stop today. This is about creating a cycle of awareness. This is about opening people's eyes and minds to the fact that this is a real problem, that it really exists.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I have tried time and time again through the years to get this story out, to get the points across, to get the names out.
We've seen you try. We have spoken about this for years,
over and over.
But what about the names? Have you ever named?
I mean, I hate to be a prick here, and I'm sure there are young boys and girls that have suffered, perhaps. But Corey, just say the fucking names. You're on her show, right? Megyn Kelly's show. Say the fucking name. Who are these people? But I suppose he's worried about getting. Okay, this is tough stuff. It really is tough. It's just like, when women say they're not believed when they're raped, that's probably true in a lot of cases, like Harvey Weinstein. Yeah, this is bad.
Names.
I have. I told in 1993, I told the Santa Barbara Police Department when they came to interrogate me about Michael Jackson, trying to convince me literally that my friend was a pedophile. And I told them, no, he's not. I said, in fact, if you want to know what a pedophile is like, I can tell you very specifically because I've been molested. And they said, oh, really? By who? I said, well, I can give you the names. Here they are. And they said, okay, well, unfortunately, that's not our area. That's outside of our community, our jurisdiction.
Did you ever follow?
I'm sorry. This sounds like a bunch of woo, but the point is, the man experienced something horrible. And the cops are trying to blame Michael Jackson for it. Michael fucking Jackson. Seriously. And Michael did some weird shit. There's no question about that. Was he a pedo? I don't think so. I really don't think so. Go on.
Follow up in the right jurisdiction in Los Angeles?
Because let me tell you something. When you're a kid, when you're an 18, 19, 20-year-old kid, you try telling the police, which is a very big thing to do. And especially when it wasn't even my situation. I was just answering for a friend. So the fact that I found the courage to even throw it in there and hopefully get some support, and then they were like, sorry, they just shut it down like it didn't matter. And this was when it was still within the statute of limitation.
That's right.
It was within my 10 years because in California.
And this is what potential victims of Weinstein had to say about this. We told the police didn't do anything about it, or they didn't want to tell the police because the police wouldn't do anything about it. Right?
California, we're only allowed 10 years to report these crimes. And if you're a kid and this happens to you at 12, 13, 14 years old, that means you have until you're 22, 23. Well, how many people by 22, 23 are self-aware enough to know that they can come forward and they won't be scolded, they won't be shamed? I did, and I was shamed.
I want to just tell the audience that we did reach out to the Santa Barbara Police Department, not get back to us. We've seen right now a stream of victims coming forward, accusers.
Thank God
is the better word, because these cases haven't been adjudicated. But there are a stream of accusers come forward in Harvey Weinstein and other cases. They do name.
Well, thank you, Megan, for pointing that out. Appreciate that.
Even though they may be outside of the statute and so on, because they want to out the person as a harasser.
Yes and no. Why not? Many of them are within the statute, and many of the people in the Harvey Weinstein case, don't forget, got some kind of upside. I support these women that are coming forward, but at the same time, a lot of them took a deal to keep their mouths shut. They took a deal to go along with these forward advances so that they could help their careers. We never had that.
I don't think you're characterizing.
Now, we all know why Corey Feldman here has been ostracized and fucked figuratively from Hollywood. Can't say that. Can't say that sort of thing. No. Oh, no. All those women should be believed, but you're a man, so you should have done something about it, right? Alex says, I'm not pretending to. Yeah, no, I heard this too. Balenciaga translates to Baal is the king. I'm not gonna argue about that. Yeah, I don't know. Edom Warlord. It seems just a little bit. This is recent stuff, right? Now, when he was a kid, I mean, it was 1982-ish, 3-ish, something like that. I mean, it's 2022, so Corey Feldman could certainly come out and name names, and nobody is going to, I would hope, nobody is going to, go against, oh, he was a fucking liar and all this other bullshit. I would hope that wouldn't happen, but God only knows with the current situation we're in. We don't know. I mean, look at Megyn Kelly getting all, I mean, the fucking hair just, tail comes up. What do you mean the women are? Because we live in a gynocentric society. A gynocentric utopia. Well, almost. Red Scout, 3 main commands. Love the Lord God with all of your heart and soul and mind and strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. And if you don't love yourself, do no harm to others, a bonus round. Exactly. But I still think my point, as perhaps as weird as the way, if there's no God, there's no devil. I still like that. Anyway, I came up with it tonight, so I'm going to keep on that.
What they did correctly at all, with respect. I
'cause,
think they took
reasons.
a deal because they felt helpless. They didn't know what to do, and this is the only measure of justice they felt they could get.
I understand, but I wasn't awarded that opportunity. Neither was my partner. We never were given an opportunity to possibly get an upside.
Lost Boys. Yes. What a great fucking movie. Kiefer Sutherland. Oh, my God. I might have to download that on, a hamster tour or something. That's good. That's a great movie. I like that. It's really good stuff. If you haven't seen it, I would recommend Lost Boys, LOST Boys. That was somewhere in the 80s, somewhere.
For our victimization, we were
right now. The
abused.
upside is protecting other little boys
We were
right now.
abused. Correct, absolutely. And the soonest that I can have protection, I don't have to wait until the film is done. Nobody says that I have to wait till the film is done. But the most important thing right now is that I have security. Somebody tried to kill me the other day.
What?
I've been arrested. This is no joke.
No shit.
I am fearing for my
Someone tried
life.
to kill you?
Yes.
What happened?
Wow.
Yes, I had 2 trucks come speeding at me on the highway at the same time. Okay, I was with 6 other people. I have many witnesses to this. Now, I'm not saying they were trying to kill Corey Feldman, but they were.
Winged Productions says 1986. Yeah. Good flick, though. Yeah, it was really good. With, let's see. It was, the Coreys were in there. And as long as, let's see, Kiefer Sutherland. And the one guy, the Michael guy, the main vampire. Can't think of his name, but he was the one who married Julia Roberts, I think. So it was at 87. All right. Thank you. And out of my mouth comes a sword, and I am shielded with the word of God. You cannot hurt me. Right?
We're definitely trying to kill a group of people walking across the street.
But wouldn't you be more safe named the perpetrator right now, and therefore immobilized him from coming after you?
If that was the case, if the law protected me, I would do it in a second. But how do I protect myself when they're going to spin it? They're going to call me a druggie. They're going to call me this. They're going to call me that. They're going
to sue your ass too. Yeah, I understand. I get
diminish my worth, and then they're going to come after me with a legal team. If I have no money to represent myself, if I have no money to defend myself,
Gloria Allred has been out there saying she'll represent victims of these types.
To represent me,
not for
there
men.
are lawyers who would handle a case where a child had been molested.
No.
Pro bono.
I would love to see it.
Which means free.
Hey, people are watching right now.
And
They're welcome to offer their
truth
support.
is an absolute defense to any defamation
Oh my
case. And
God,
every
Megan,
victim
what the
needs to
fuck
know
is
this.
wrong with you?
Truth is an absolute defense to any defamation case, which means if you are telling the truth.
Not if you're a man, Megan. Jesus Christ, do you not know this?
You have nothing to worry about.
I'll
Now,
tell
there's
you
always
what.
a small risk that you might not be believed.
My campaign is called the Truth Campaign. All I want is for people to open their eyes and see the light. That's it. This is about good versus evil. I see nobody in Hollywood, not one person since I've started this campaign has stood up and said, I was there, I saw it, I know that he's telling the truth. Not one person. How about pound hashtag I stand with Corey? How about these people coming forward? Because there's thousands of kids out there that grew up with me and saw the same things that I saw.
Let me ask you
Now,
this.
hold on,
Short
let
on
me-
time.
let me finish.
But I
It
just
is-
want to ask
Can I
quickly.
just finish, please? It's called the Truth Campaign for a reason. If you go to Indiegogo and you visit my site, you will understand I will tell the truth. I will get on a lie detector test right now.
I know.
I'll put myself.
Yeah, Corey, it doesn't matter though. And I hate to say it, it sounds like you were abused and taken advantage of as a child. But you're not a female. Doesn't matter if you're not a woman.
I mean, you don't go scorched earth. Just
All right,
stay.
let's raid something.
They've been going scorched earth on us for a
Oh, Jesus. Polska Bob's on this
long
one. All right, here we go.
fucking time, and
Yeah,
now we're
yeah.
supposed to hold back? No, no.
Like I
Let's
said,
fuck
your peaceful
butcher
process ain't gonna do fuck all.
No, I'm not
It's
saying
gonna
that,
be-
but I'm not
Jesus
saying
Christ.
kill a whole goddamn
Let's
bloodline.
hang them in the public square. On
That's
the
correct,
internet
Mile High.
for all to see.
If you're a man, you've been abused
crimes of
sexually,
treason,
whatever. It doesn't
and they've
fucking
been doing
matter.
it for a long.
It only matters if you're a
fucking time.
female. That's the way it
Let me
is.
go have a smoke.
Oh, yeah.
I need to cool down.
Where's our Finnish brother? Here he
Shit
is.
fucking spins me up.
Whiffman can't comprehend how much life.
Oh, it
I
should
know.
spin you
Yeah,
up.
you're right.
And like
You're
I
right,
said,
sir.
this is just the beginning. They're gonna get their fucking mass depopulation one way or another, right? And the way they're gonna get it is basically it's gonna leave them walking away scot-free for the most part, because very rarely has the leader of these dictator countries ever paid a price, right? I mean, house arrest, I think, was what one guy got. Yeah, you know what I mean? He got house arrest for killing millions of people. He got house arrest. Like, what the fuck? He basically conducted a genocide on his own people and got fucking house arrest.
What? That's kind of
What the
up.
fuck?
Yeah.
They just like retire and apparently their whole fucking record goes away. It's sick, man. It's sick. But these people have to start paying a price. And like I said, if they take away the guns, it's too fucking late when they're gone, because they are never coming back. The only way that they will ever come back to Canada is if, because we share a border with the United States,
oh God,
we get them smuggled across. That'll be the only way we will ever arm a resistance. Most resistances start from the people inside, armed with their own fucking weapons. And the first thing dictators try to do is wipe out their weapons. In this case, they brainwash the youth. Sorry, go ahead.
That's what I was going to say about. Did you say BC or Alberta? Who would be the first?
I mean, Jesus, we should have
I'm
our own
just saying,
show here.
James.
If they're the first ones, and the people around them support them,
I
it's
should
kind of like
text Polsuba
where it starts going out.
Hold on, I got
and moving closer to the libtard cities. You see what I mean? I'm looking for
we're already 2 years ago, 3 years ago, we saw a mass migration from Alberta to BC, right? Because of the fact that Alberta went through a really bad breakup and their job numbers dropped substantially. Now we're going to see a migration back to Alberta because of the simple fact they're the only ones standing up to a fucking Nazi regime.
But see, I'm not saying that bad things ain't gonna happen in the cities. I mean, it's gonna be bad. I'm just saying, if you can get an area of the country where people can at least get along and set up an area, it's gonna be the middle of the United States, like Texas, and all the way up to you guys.
Cocaine hamsters.
Against East and West Coast down here.
Shinobi Wan, hello.
Well, I mean, there's so much, like I've stated many times.
Oh, Shinobi Wan's on the other
There's so
stream.
much
Oh,
fucking
no.
vast territory here that is unpopulated. A person can disappear and never be seen again.
We've got a great big world of men out here, so maybe we should.
I don't even
invite
have to go far. A tank of fuel will get me there. You know what I mean? And if I don't want to see a person
There's the
again,
invite.
I'll never see another person again.
Well, that's like chaos. I mean, I even think chaos could
Just,
survive up there.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I know he's not a cold weather guy, but
Yeah.
What's up, Brother
if you
Ronan?
grit your teeth, you can
Where the-
survive. And that's what I'm saying. When shit starts going wrong,
Oh no,
it's
God, how am I
like,
going to
if
say?
you-
There we go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ. What are you doing, hamster? I have no idea. We were just trying to share a stream with Polska Bob and the Emperor of Canada, but no, it's too hard. It's too difficult. All right, hold on. Let me see. Oh, did we do a randomer from the other day? I think we did. Let's try it. Dr. Randomer Cam. He seems like a really good guy. And this one's got Lauren in it. Oh, how you doing? Baby, it's cold outside. Or did he have to take it down? Because there's Lauren. Yeah, there she is. All right. We'll just kill the music here and we'll share it. Don't worry about it. It'll be fun. After all, we're all about the fun here, aren't we? Yes, Lauren was on the election stream with, I think these two are a couple. I don't know. Call me a crazy man. We could probably play a little bit, couldn't we? Sure, why not?
Dose us both with mescaline. While your pimp shows you the back of his wrist. She can join the mud wrestle.
She's got a wonderful voice, actually. Really good.
Always say that we get so fucking glad. Close your eyes and think of England. I don't even have a Twitter. Say, what's in this car? Same thing that's in the shitter.
It is Christmas after all, anyway. Yes, Father Christmas, come and take me away.
This is okay. Seen it on World Star.
It's
just soft scat, so it's okay.
She's so good on the camera, too. I don't know if she, if she's trained for that, but she's really good. And random cam, obviously.
I get sick of your nose. Have you been eating jalapenos? Just as I let it go. Like a creep, but it's better than machine. Yeah.
She is really good on the camera. Lauren, you're amazing. Wow. I again, I don't know if you have training or you're just natural, but it looks good. I think these two are together.
What about Santa Baby? And that shit by Paul McCartney. Mr. Blobby. Wait, no, it's just some shit kicking in. Nothing that's too illegal. Don't be holding out on a bill. That escalated quick. I only got enough and now we have some big rivals. Try fucking on instead. Do I have a case yet? No, but you have a bed. Well, I'll call for a leave. And get raped with a fist. Statistically, you're safer with me. We'll get heated any day now. So just a matter of time. I'll see you on the underside. And I'm a big towel for life, but there's trolls outside.
No, Corey, it's not simping. She's a really beautiful woman. Wonderful personality, too. And I don't know who the hell's doing the video here, but it looks good. Looks not simping, but appreciating. Okay. Baby, it's cold outside. Mm-hmm. Without makeup or any other. Yeah, she's actually really, really a nice person. Yeah, she's amazing. And Dr. Randomer Cam with his hat. Oh, my God. She should like a hamster. Yeah, it doesn't work that way, though.
There's trolls outside. Yeah, there's trolls outside.
Do. Oh, baby. Yeah, go to the pop stream we did on the election night. Lauren was in there, and so was Karen Strawn. God, we had a good time that night. That was fun. I had nothing to drink, by the way. Yeah, look at that. She's looking a little like cute and everything. Right? I would say, yes. Yes, I would say. All day long, I would say that. All right. We'll play that again here while I'm looking up the other one.
So fucking close your eyes and think of England. I don't even have a Twitter.
Think of England.
What's in this car?
Oh, no.
Same thing that's in the shitter.
No.
Well, then Seen it on World Star.
Got a thing in my pants and I want to
So
give it
it's
to
okay.
you. Yeah.
I've been eating jalapenos. Now I'll let it go to my head. I'm a creep, but it's better than the shit getting trolled outside.
It's trolled outside. Yes, it is. Let's see. Dr. Random Cam.
This song has been
Super Trans.
What about Sounds of Baby?
More Lauren is good for me.
Mr.
He probably got
Blobby.
whacked down though because of the.
Wait, no, it's just some shit kicking in. Nothing that's too illegal.
Super Tramp. Yeah.
That escalated
No.
but I haven't got enough for me.
Child of Vision.
Now we
Jesus.
have some hate crime laws.
No, it's not here.
Try fucking on instead.
Yeah, got whacked away.
No, but you have a bed. And get raped with a fist. Statistically, you're safer with me. We'll get greeted any day now. I was only underpaid. And I'm a nicked out for life. But there's trolls outside. There's trolls outside.
Yeah, there's trolls
outside. Boom, the hat comes on. There we go. Yeah, baby. Damn. I'd like to unwrap that for Christmas. You know what I'm saying. Guy bro, yeah. Attainment. Exactly, sir. Good to see you. Yeah, why not? Little entertainment. Ah, she's cute there, Mr. Finland. Yeah, she's all right. Is James Maxwell a what? An agent actor? Probably not. I don't know. Am I glowy or something? No, I'm not. Yeah, I seen Lauren on Pop Stream as well. I was there with her on election night. If you want to go check that out, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, she was really pissed about something, but yeah, it's all good. Yeah, she's cute. These two are a nice couple. I'm glad they're both happy, and hopefully Mike can fly to the USA to be with his girlfriend because of there's that thing. That's right. I am Wicked's Bane. You know it. Controlled opposition. Oh my God. Excuse me. Let me. Right here even. I've got my CIA check here. I got to put that in my bank account. How much is that? What? Excuse me. I'm selling out my country for how? What? That's not good. All right. Anyway, it was fun, you guys. You have a wonderful night. It's about 11:51. God only knows what might be happening later. So do pay attention. We'll see you and have a wonderful Saturday night. See you later.